second?
Second.
No. Dr. Crosno has seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? All right. Roman numeral number 3, Rebecca Blankenbaker is going to give us a special report and share a really wonderful project that is going to enhance the historic district. So thank you for coming tonight.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Sharon, for inviting me to come and share a little bit about our Natchitoches in Bloom art project. For those of you who I have not met before, my name is Rebecca Blankenbaker, and I'm the Executive Director of Cane River National Heritage Area. I am here today to talk a little bit about this project, this new public art project that we are creating in partnership with the City of Natchitoches, the Natchitoches Historic District Development Commission, and the Northwestern State University of Louisiana's Department of Creative and Performing Arts. Commissioners, you do have a little 2-pager in front of you to follow along. As many of you have been in discussions, art is something that there are many people in Natchitoches who enjoy art, but we don't have a lot of art pieces in the historic district, and this is an effort to bring art to the historic district. We partnered this past fall to test out this project with a poinsettia, and the name Natchitoches in Bloom comes because it is based off of the many types of flowers and floral species that can be found or that are native to Natchitoches in this region. But we chose the poinsettia to mark the 95th anniversary of the Christmas festival. The students at Northwestern State University, Kappa in the sculpting program, sculpted this poinsettia, and then a student in the art program was chosen to paint this sculpture. There were designs that were chosen, and the executive committee of the Natchitoches Historic District Development Commission chose the final design. The final place for this poinsettia will be in front of the Santa Claus house down on the riverbank, and we will unveil that as we turn on the holidays this fall. This year, we do plan on unveiling 4 more flowers and painting them. In addition to the poinsettia, it's the Louisiana iris, the zinnia, the tulip, and the magnolia. Each of these sculptures, which range somewhere in size between 3 feet to 5 feet, will probably have their resting places in some of the pocket parks located in the historic district. For example, the magnolia will rest in the Susan Harling, the Steel Magnolias Park. Pretty fitting. The tulip will be down on Front Street near the Circle and near the Sports Hall of Fame to mark our tulip tradition. And the Louisiana iris will be located in City Park. And the zinnia has not had its final resting location noted. We do believe that the zinnia will be placed somewhere near the Rock House in Beaujardin to mark Clementine Hunter's and the downriver connection. I think that is the gist. Does anyone have any questions for me? This partnership, this project is funded by the Historic District Development Commission and the Heritage Area. We will share the costs 50-50.
What is your time frame today?
We anticipate that the sculptures will be completed by November of this year, and we hope to have the contest to paint those sculptures later in the spring, so we will unveil this probably about March or April. The ideal would be blooming on the bricks March 2023, but we won't put that in pen just yet.
Commissioners, does anybody have any questions? This is not a project that requires the Cane River Heritage Area and HBC to go to have a formal application process. But we certainly support what you're doing. And if anybody would like to make a motion in support of the project, Commissioner.
Yeah, I'd move that we pass a resolution supporting the project.
I second it.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? So you have our support, and let us know when you have everything in order.
Sure will. Thank you. You'll get an invitation to those groundbreakings.
I would
Appreciate
like to
all
make
of you.
one.
Thank you, good luck.
I would like to
Dr.
make one
Crosno wanted to
comment.
say something.
I would like to make one comment. I know very well Emily Dawson, and she is so talented, and I visited with her recently, and I understand that she's going to continue she finishes this year, this coming year. And understand she's gonna work on her master's at Northwestern, so.
This project is really exciting because we are giving an opportunity to our students to have a professional experience to go on their resume, which is so important. And we're just really thrilled to be able to continue this partnership.
I think it's a wonderful project.
It really is.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do. Okay, let's move into Roman numeral number 4, old business. Commissioners, Dr. Barron had submitted everything that he needed to submit for approval, and we had already approved everything, including the wall, including the rock house, including all of the areas around the rock house. So that will not be necessary to bring up again. 050203 Boswell Enterprises LLC, that's for signage for Stella's. Is someone here representing Boswell Enterprises? Okay. Ms. Ron,
Yes, ma'am.
do we,
I haven't heard anything from them
Okay.
as of today.
all right. Let's move into 060602, Mr. Ron Bolton, the venue on Front Street. This is for signage. Oh, I'm sorry. 060601 Morgan LaCaz, Easton and Company, that's signage. Is there someone here? Would you come up to the microphone, please?
Is there something specifically you need me to say, or?
Where is this located?
It's at
And I see you
502.
have the signage.
Yes, it's at 502 Front Street. It's replacing the old Simply Chic. Simply Chic moved a couple down. We're replacing that store.
Okay, Commissioners, are you familiar with where that is? And also, do you see the, what has been handed out?
Same size.
Yes. It's going to hang on the existing hardware.
What's the color?
It's a sage green. I don't have the exact pixel.
Okay.
Can you see? Oh, hey, Ms. Robinson. Yeah. Dr.
It meets all the size requirements, Mr. Ron.
It does.
I move to approve the application.
Mr. Donahoe has moved to approve the application. Dr. Crosno seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? Okay, thank you, good
Thank
luck.
you.
Oh, 060603, the city of Natchitoches. And again, Commissioners, if you'll recall, what, did I? Oh, gosh. What? I need to walk outside and come back in. It's been that kind of day. 060602, Ron Bolton, the venue on Front Street, 530 Front Street, and that's for signage. Is there anyone here representing Mr. Bolton?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Well,
They,
that's a lot of signage they've got up there on that building.
and the fire marshal has not, you want to tell them what has occurred?
There are some restrictions right now, from my understanding. The fire marshal hasn't given them approval to move forward with what they're wanting to do with the venue.
But you did write them,
Yes.
yeah. They have
We,
been-
actually, when we found out that Jimbo's closed, I actually talked with the assistant and gave her a rundown, item by item, of everything that they needed to do for approval to
Plus
open
an
the venue.
application, too.
We gave her application.
Isn't the signage over what they would be for that building, or are we within the range?
Well, everything is on the windows, so I'm thinking it,
You're talking about the whole building, so as far as being on a corner.
mhm.
you-
I wasn't really sure how to do that with it being etched on the windows.
you would take the lettering itself and square it off.
Mhm.
Is that the right term, Steve, as far as what we've done before?
Yeah.
But they're gonna have extra square footage because they're on that corner.
1.5 times.
Would you?
Because I'm sure that's gonna come up.
It is.
Oh,
Ms. Rock, would you please contact them again?
I have, I've been trying to get them to follow through since it all began, before they even moved into the venue. And right now, they're not operating,
Right.
but again, we've made it mandatory that they come before us. The young lady picked up application, she just never brought it back.
Okay. Let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay. Commissioners, is that agreeable?
I just got one, I think they've already done the ribbon cutting and everything to
They
open
did,
it.
they did everything.
Yeah, they're
But-
operating. I think they've even started taking,
They operated without proper,
okay,
yeah.
right, yeah, but I'm just saying, they started operating though, without coming
I think
before
it's
us.
closed
Correct.
now.
But
Oh, is
we
it closed?
explained to them before the ribbon cutting of everything that was required
Okay.
before then.
We'll see what occurs, and the fire marshal is the one who's governing when it will open, so until that is decided, there's not anything we can do. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Rock.
You're welcome.
Okay, now, we are on 0604, Greg and Lisa Salter, 229 Jefferson Street,
You're
and
not gonna
that's.
do 03?
What?
You
We're on the
missed
4th
03.
Street,
Golly.
City of Natchitoches, 4th Street.
Yes, that's the one that was approved at the last meeting. Wasn't it the last
It
meeting?
was, yeah.
Yeah, that was approved. Mr. Lacaz asked to be put under other new business, and that was approved. That's why I skipped over. All right. Okay. Here we go. 060604, Greg and Lisa Salter. And would you like, Ms. Salter, for you all to come up to the microphone?
Good evening. My name is Lisa Salter. This is my husband, Greg Salter. We own the Jefferson House Bed and Breakfast here in Natchitoches at 229 Jefferson Street. We are respectfully requesting permission to complete the following repairs and renovations to our property. The location is mainly at the rear of the property. A number of years ago, built a riverfront terrace out of the old St. Louis brick, and there has been some settling, a little bit of damage. If you will notice your attachment of the photo of the crack that's going to be repaired. Basically, JC said he's just got to pop up some brick and, replace it and put it all back together again. On the side of the house that faces, if you're facing our house, the north side along the driveway, there's a board that's sort of buckling, and we need to replace the board, and we'd like to repaint that side of the house with the same existing white paint color as the original. And there should be a photo in the, you'll note in the photos. We would like to repair and replace some wood decking and wall. This, again, is in the rear of the property. The photo shows the wood decking with the little flowers right here. We've got some softwood that's starting to become unsafe, and we're going to do some accent brickwork that matches our riverfront terrace, which the brick is so noted here. And then the next photo is of the wall that is between us and Maurice Morlock. He recently has done extensive renovations, and this wall it's on its last moment there, so we decided we needed to take care of that repair. And then last but not least is I thought when we moved from Houston that we would not be dealing with such power outages, and that has not been the case. So we respectfully request permission to install a home generator for ourselves and also for our guests that seek refuge from the outage.
Very smart, very.
Where would it sit?
Again, where you see in the photo, where the photo that shows the shrubs and the repair on the wall, it'll sit right there. Our electrical box is right there, and we'll build a beautiful screen so that it would not be, you'd never know it was there. The way the brickwork on the side of the house, where the little hydrangeas are, below that's a brick wall. Of course, it wouldn't be brick, but we'll have like a wooden or a wrought iron fence, to go around the generator so that it wouldn't be visible to anyone that could see it. So just below that, where the wood repair is, it'll sit right below there. There's the flower bed's really big, so there's a lot of area.
It's such a beautiful property.
Thank you
Y'all
so
have done
much.
so much.
We all have. I move to approve the application.
So the rumor is we're going to try to be on the Christmas tour homes this year, and this will be our third time, so we wanted to make sure that the outside was fitting for the Jefferson House.
It's lovely. Mr. Donahoe, did you?
Yeah, I move to approve.
I'll second
Mr. Donahoe has moved to accept the application as presented. Dr. Horton has seconded. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, thank you.
Appreciate your
You'll
time,
be
thank
so
you.
glad you have that generator.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait.
Okay. 060605, Mary Striegel, and that's 329 Poet. Striegel, it's yours.
I'm coming to you to request 2 changes to my property. The first is to add a small storage building, and the second is to add a backyard picket fence. The storage building is a small cottage shed that's 8 foot by 12 foot, constructed by Premier Portable Buildings. The site of it is shown in Figure 1. It will be at the back of the property, centered on the house so that it won't be real visible from the street. I have chosen a color of green with white trim for that building so that it blends in well with the what I always refer to as the forest of poison behind our house because it has poison ivy, but it is the undeveloped lot that's owned by Ed Breedlove. I currently don't have an outbuilding, and the problem that I have is that I recently had a $600 generator stolen from me. And I just need a place to put things like a generator, a lawnmower. Right now, my back hallway of my house has become my garage, and so I need some place to put those things. The second thing is I would like to add a backyard picket fence to secure both my property and my little dog. You see a picture of my little dog in the packet. The dog has cost me more money than you could ever imagine. He has pulled me over, broken my ankle, all kinds of things. But I chase him around the neighborhood, and I think my neighbors would like me to have a fence. I have talked with Betty Durham on one side, and I've talked to Steve Brown on the other to ask their opinion, and they don't have any problem with me putting a picket fence up. The design is very similar. You can see the design that I plan is, let's see, I think it's based on the design that Todd Working has on his house, which is a narrow gap picket fence. I do not want to paint it. I'm going to go with a natural color. If I choose to paint it later, I would come back before you and ask permission to paint the fence. There will be an 8-foot gate at the front and an 8-foot gate on one side of the property, just in case I have to get a truck or something in for the pecan tree that I have in the backyard. And then I have a small gate that would go to Betty Durham's house. We have a stairwell between our houses, and we would have a gate and a hand railing going to her property. So if you have questions, I'm here to answer them.
What would the roof on the storage building be made of?
I believe that roof is
An architectural shingle, maybe?
It looks like it's shingled on.
I think it's a shingled roof.
I think so too. And Mary, exactly where will it be placed? I didn't quite understand that.
Okay, if you look at figure 1, you'll see that my house is here
I see. I
and
see.
direct center, and again, to have a view of where it would go on the property, I think it's figure 6B shows the side of the building. It would be where these two little hanging baskets are right now.
Okay. Thank you.
I move to approve the application.
Second.
Mr. Donahoe has moved to approve the application. Ms. Robinson has seconded. Is there any further discussion or any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I hope your little dog is happy.
Well, he's had dog training, is that what he needs to know?
Okay. Roman numeral 6, other new business. Ms. Rock, is there any new
No,
business?
ma'am, not at this time.
Okay. Commissioners, anything anybody wants to say or ask?
Yeah, I'd like to see what we found out about the fence that's been constructed behind the Good House.
They were contacted also.
Did they respond?
I haven't heard anything yet. Nicole actually went by and tagged them today. So we're just waiting on someone to let us know something.
Do you know who the owner of that is?
Not right off.
They're new.
Mm-hmm.
They're new owners. Their contractor is the one who's gonna build my fence.
It's a pretty fence, but
It's too
Yeah.
tall, isn't it? Too tall and bulky?
it's very tall.
Well, it was not brought to, you're
Well,
the
that means
one.
they don't have a
that-
building permit either.
Yeah. they didn't
And the
have a
previous
permit.
owner was the one that did all that work without getting our approval on the house on Jefferson Street by the Bayou and on the Good House.
Right.
And so I suspect she did not tell the new owners that they needed to do this. Not that that's her responsibility, but
Let's plan to contact them again.
Well,
Did
the
the
contractor
fence go
was
all the way
aware
up?
that I was coming to the historic district. for-
yeah, he should have known.
Who was the contractor? Do you know right off?
It's Ryan Foster.
He's not from here, is he?
He
is from here.
Okay. But it was checked into at least twice.
Building permit, that's the bigger
Yeah,
issue.
Well, for a fence, you don't have to if they're gonna put it on a property line. You don't have to pull a permit for a fence.
okay.
The only thing when they install a fence, we'll make sure that it's meeting the height requirement. But you don't have to do a permit for a fence.
What about, it's like they built a deck back there too.
Now, that's something different. If it's a deck, then yes,
I
a
can't,
permit's
I haven't, I
required.
mean, I didn't go walk back there, obviously, but it looked, and maybe my mind's just playing tricks. It looked like more than just a fence, but I'm not sure.
Well, let's follow up on that and see what we can find out. Dr. Owens, anything? Dr. Horton, Dr. Brosno, Ms. Robinson? Well, good. All right. Is there a motion to?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Dr. Horton has moved to adjourn. Ms. Robinson has seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay.
Aye.
Very good. I'm going to see if I can count.